Hey everybody, what's going on? Helmlight here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I want to talk about the Noxus lore updates that just went live today. I'm very excited about lore in general of Huge Vorthos, so let's go ahead and break down the changes that Riot made and generally talk about my first few impressions, as I think there's a lot of interesting information contained in the changes. First, talking about just Noxus as a whole, I think we already knew a lot of information about Noxus just from the stories that have been released over the few months, and just in the general information that was available on the Noxus universe page. We already knew a lot of this stuff that was revealed in the video, but it was interesting to see it all laid out very clearly, and I'm very happy that Riot decided to do this because, like they said, Noxus has been long regarded as the bad guys. Noxus was never really as gray as it should have been, especially in the old lore. They literally had a city built around a skull mountain. It's impossible to come away from that thinking these guys are the good guys. So I think it's very interesting then that Riot spent a lot of time specifically calling out the positive attributes of Noxus's empire, and I think in general the new direction for Noxus is significantly better than the old direction. The Treferix concept is a new one that we hadn't heard of before, but I'm very interested to see it. I think it makes a lot of sense with the lore, and it's also very interesting to see that Darius is no longer just a hand of Noxus serving the ruler, but is kind of a ruler in and of himself. Now, I'm sure he mostly defers to Swain's judgment, but it's still interesting to see that he's one of the big shots now of Noxus as opposed to just another battlefield commander a la Garen. The Faceless is also an interesting character. I'm pretty sure that they're intended to be LeBlanc. There's no, obviously, way for us to know who they really are, but absolutely, this is the kind of character that LeBlanc could be. Alternatively, the Faceless could be a new character. There's really no way of knowing until we get more information, hopefully more stories released over the next year. Now, unfortunately, we only got 4 bios, updated bios this time around. I was really disappointed about that, especially given that there are a lot of champions that could use an update. Cassiopeia, Vladimir, Talon, Riven, Draven even, all of them need updates in one form or another, either to get their lore up to par with the current lore, or to get them to feel like they're actually a part of this universe. Some of them even reference things like Zonite war machines in Ionia, and as far as I'm aware, that is no longer canon, so it's weird to think about how these champions didn't get updated. Obviously, the updates we did get are much appreciated, but I'm hoping that there will be more coming in the future. To kind of go through the updated bios, so Swain, Darius, Katarina, and LeBlanc were all updated. I think Darius and Katarina really didn't get that much. It's just a cleaner version of their previous backstory. So Darius still has the part where he beheads a general and assumes command. Katarina still talks about her first assassination mission where she kind of botches it and then fixes it. And they don't really do that much to tell us any new information about the character, other than saying, cleaning up their old backstory and just making it feel more modern and more real. Darius has a little bit more interesting information in that we learned that Draven actually supported Swain's coup over Darkwill, and that Darius fought in the Freljord campaign. He's kind of been all over the place. But aside from that, we didn't learn anything new in their backstories. Now, Swain and LeBlanc are very much so more interesting, though Swain's doesn't go quite far enough for me. It tells us a lot of what we already knew. We know we fought in Ionia. We know we fought in Shurima. He did serve under Darkwill. Darkwill tried to have him killed, which is interesting. And then Swain eventually goes and basically assumes control of the throne, wresting it away from Darkwill. So all of that stuff is similar to how it went in the old lore. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And I'm also interested to see if Kieran Darkwill is still a character in the new lore. In the old lore, if you remember, Kieran Darkwill challenged Swain for full control of the High Command and was absolutely bested by Swain, so it'll be interesting to see if Kieran Darkwill still exists in the new canon, or if it's just old Borum and he's gone now. Now, the thing about Swain is that it's not clear exactly what he did with the demon he found at the heart of the Immortal Bastion. We're not sure. We know that there was a demon there that fed on secrets, and we know that Swain somehow gained control of that ability, given the fact that he collects the secrets of the people that die near him. He's able to find out what they know and try to figure out what this looming darkness over Runeterra is. Obviously, it's not the Void. We don't quite know what it is. It could be the Black Rose that he's talking about when he refers to this. So, like what keeps coming up with the Noxus lore, the greatest enemy lies within. It could be that it is the Black Rose that he's trying to figure out, but we don't quite know yet. But anyways, to return to the demon, we don't really know what happened with this demon. Did he kill it? Did he enslave it? Did he make a deal with it? None of us know exactly what was going on there. So it'll be interesting to see if Riot eventually update that and let us know exactly what is going on with that demon, or maybe that's an intended secret and we're not supposed to know yet, but eventually will. We'll have to find out, but it's interesting to see that. And the other thing is, he's definitely not friends with LeBlanc. I know a lot of people keep trying to say Swain and LeBlanc are totally still friends, BFFs, maybe even lovers. No. She tried to kill him. She still wants to kill him because he's the one interrupting her ability to rule behind the scenes. And if you look at LeBlanc's backstory as well, which is the other one that had some new information, she's definitely still against Swain or trying to work against him, and it would explain why she's the Faceless on his cabal. If she can't control the whole Treferix, she can at least control one part of it, because that gives her at least a third of the say, and if she can influence Darius or Swain himself, then hey, they've got even more power. So I think a lot of the lines that Swain has in the backstory, or in the game, do kind of point at this as well. When he's saying, yeah, assassins do at any moment, that's how LeBlanc cares. Yeah, that's gallows humor right there. So LeBlanc is also interesting. It confirms what a lot of people had suspected, that LeBlanc isn't really a real person. She's sort of almost a metaphysical thing, maybe even a demon. The pale woman who just kind of lurks around on the outskirts of things. She dates all the way back to Mordekaiser's time. In fact, she was part of Mordekaiser's inner council, and she was the one who allowed the barbarian hordes to beat Mordekaiser in the first place and assume control of the Immortal Bastion. So, and she did that for herself. She wanted whatever powers were in the Immortal Bastion. But it's interesting to see that LeBlanc goes way, way back. So, is LeBlanc a single person who's just very long-lived? Is LeBlanc multiple people assuming an identity over the years? Is LeBlanc even something inhuman who's slowly been trying to get more power over the time? We don't know quite yet. So it'll be interesting to see where Riot take LeBlanc's backstory, but as it stands, I think that LeBlanc and the Black Rose we have to consider as being a significant more threat. It's said that LeBlanc is a foreign advisor to multiple world powers, possibly using her illusions. So this might mean that LeBlanc is in Ionia, is in Demacia, potentially set up the Noxian-Ionian conflict, maybe is working in Demacia to destabilize it as well. LeBlanc is working for some sort of agenda, but we don't know what yet, and I'm going to be excited to see where Riot choose to go with her character in the future. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. Let me know what you guys are thinking of all the Noxian lore updates down in the comment section below. If you guys hate them, if you guys love them, if you guys noticed something I didn't, go ahead and let me know. I would love to read your comments on the subject. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. And if you're looking for more Grab the Lantern content, you can check out my blog, link down in the description. I upload an article just about each and every single day for your enjoyment. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all later.